welcome to Monday. Sorry, just jogged the table again. Apologies, I haven't even spoken to you yet today. It has been a bit of a crazy one. I had work at 7:30 this morning and I've had the girls all day, and let me tell you, it's been full on. Those girls are not used to spending the whole day together. There were a lot of arguing and just in general people needing their own space. With mum and dad in the house was quite a challenge, and the cleaner. Yeah, it was a challenging Monday, but it can only get better, right? One more day until Christmas and I'm super excited. We're gonna go do Advents now. Haven't done very much today. We baked cookies, went to a ballet lesson and went to Starbucks. Other than that, this afternoon it's been a bit chill. We walked to grandparents, we delivered some cookies that we baked, had a little chat with them, and then got the girls back and let them watch a little bit of TV while I prepared dinner because they were exhausted. As was I, quite frankly. I did try panettone tea, which was delicious, even though it did nearly get spilt on me twice from jumping children. Other than that, it was uneventful. I have been home for a good while. Dan has cooked, or heated, I guess, curry while I was doing Vlogmas from the weekend, because I went to do it this morning when the girls were quite happily playing, went to edit and get it ready, and realised half of the footage I needed was on my iPad, which I had left at home, so that wasn't very sensible. So that went up pretty late. But it's up now. This one I will endeavour to get up tomorrow, but it just depends on what our day looks like and how the girls get on with each other. If it's not up tomorrow during the day, it will definitely be up tomorrow night. I'll just do it as soon as I get home again. But I thought we could open Advents, and I've had quite a few questions in the comments, so I'm going to I'm going to answer the ones that apply to me, and then Dan is going to come and join us and he's going to answer the questions that apply to him. So let's do Yarn for the Soul day 20. I cannot believe that we're on day 20. That's crazy to me. Oops. Okay, look, it's so empty now. There is not many in here at all. I like to squish them now. I'm like, oh, are there any extra from the last few? I've got a bit of dirt on my screen, sorry, and it's really bothering me. Keep looking at it. Okay, Yarn for the Soul day 20. Let's go in for it. Ooh, this is pretty. Again, lighting of an evening. It was dark when I left this morning and it's dark when I get home. So we'll have to wait for a day off to get some better lighting. And I know somebody did say, actually, Lucy keeps saying about your lighting in your yarn room. Where's your BenQ light? And that's a very good point. My BenQ light is downstairs in the lounge, because I use it when I am knitting. Sometimes I haven't used it much here actually because the lights aren't as bright, but yeah, I use it sometimes of an evening, but I think I might bring it up here once Advent is done, probably, because Advent baskets are taking up quite a lot of my office space, my desk space. So I'm thinking I might do that after. But sorry, that was a massive tangent. Once Advent's finished, I might bring it up here. So I've got this lovely purpley colour. It is just a variant of purples really, and there's a bit of cream going through it. That's beautiful. I'm really looking forward to putting them all together on a needle again to see, because I haven't done that since I showed it to you guys last. So I think that will be really fun. We're going to go in for Castle View yarns, and that's the 20th. I just said that, didn't I? Sparkling Lagoon. So we were on blues, so I'm presuming it's blue again, or a different variant of blue, not the same. Look at all this stuff around me. I feel so claustrophobic in here. I literally cannot wait until Christmas is over and I get some of this space back, because you can't see it, but it's everywhere. This is exciting because I get to open one of these big bags and find out what this long stick is. You know, I was telling you that there was a stick in here, but it couldn't be a lolly or anything because there wasn't anything on the end, so I'm excited to see what this is. Sparkling Lagoons. That's what I called it, right? Yes, a sparkling lagoon. Sorry. Singular, not plural. of course. Of course it's going to be a pencil. Why didn't I think of that? I think it's because I didn't really feel that the end was like an eraser. Yarn Appreciation Society pencil. How cool is that? I never used pencils, but I love that. That like takes me back to school days. I'm going to put that in my desk drawer. I don't actually even know if I have a sharpener. I'll have to find one. I might do somewhere in the depths of that drawer. Okay, this colour. I thought yesterday's was stunning, but my goodness. Look. My phone's really trying to figure out the lighting. Look at that. So pretty. Still haven't decided what to do with these. I really wanted to make the sea glass tea. Just unsure if I will wear anything that vibrant. And I don't want to put all the hard work into it and then not really want to wear the finished product. So I don't really know. I am not sure yet. So that's Castle View. I haven't worked on my advent socks anymore because I need to get that second heel in and it's not been my top priority. So I feel a bit disappointed that I'm lagging behind on those because I was doing so well doing a stripe a day. But I think if it wasn't for the first sweater, I'd have probably managed to maintain that. But the first sweater is my main priority, which I am currently binding off. So that's exciting. Always later than expected. And I anticipated, but almost there, guys, almost there. We're going to do tea before we do blush yarns. I don't know why, but I just think we should. Number 20. Oh, this is interesting. Rhubarb and custard. I love rhubarb. Not a massive fan of custard. Well, that's not true, actually, is it? So I like the homemade kind of custard that I put into my donuts, but I don't like the yellowy kind of the brand Birds custard that you would get with pudding, necessarily. I'm not a big fan of regular custard. So a tangy rhubarb and creamy custard, guilt-free sweet treat. It's a rhubarb tea. So I'm interested as to what that tastes like. Yeah, I quite like Madagascar vanilla custard. That's more creamy based. Don't love yellowy custard. That's really particular and fussy, isn't it? There you go. Side note, learned something new. Who else likes custard? Anyone? Although I love those rhubarb and custard sweets. You know the boiled sweets that are like half pink and half yellow? They're delicious. I'm looking for a bit of paper. It goes with blush yarns. That's in my basket. To find the name. I was having trouble with that and I normally put it back in the bag, but I didn't. I put it in the basket. That'd be why I can't find it. Okay, it's called Ornaments. Oh, this could be anything, couldn't it? Ornaments. I have no idea. Intriguing. Very intriguing. Do you guys have like an ornament theme on your tree? Do you have certain colours? Do you just have multicolours? I've seen some, I always used to think that like multicoloured trees were really tacky, but they're really coming back, and actually I quite like them. They're kind of like crazy trees that have no rhyme or reason to them, but I like the fact that I know there are a few people that have got ornaments on their tree that mean something, so they buy them for a particular memory or a reason, or they buy it in a particular place, and then the kind of whole tree tells a story and then they add to it each year, which is really cool because then obviously none of the ornaments are necessarily going to match. But I am a matchy kind of person. Don't normally put anything on my tree that doesn't go. Although I did this year because my friend Kristen bought me that really cool yarn ball with the knitting needles, which is red, which is not my tree colour, but it's on my tree. I think it's because it's special and it has meaning behind it and I love it. I don't care that it like sticks out. Anyway, massive tangent. This is stunning. Look at that. So this kind of sums up the fact that you don't have to have a colour scheme for your tree. Because this has got yellows and pinks and greens and purples and blues and all the colours. Kind of a little bit of brown there. Maybe that's just red and yellow together, to be honest. I love that one. I would really love that one in a whole skin, to be fair. I know a few people have been asking Natalie, will we be getting this one in a whole skein? Can we order this? I think we should, sorry, let's get the rustles out of the way. I think we should request that one. That is so, so beautiful. I think somebody did mention that in our group actually earlier today. Haven't had much chance to keep up with the group chat either today. It's just been a bit wild because of the girls. Every time I pick up my phone, it's like they need something, which is fine. That's what I'm there for. It's my job. But you know, when you're just like, I just wanted to do something. And then you lose track of everything you were planning to do. Although I do obviously use my phone for things related to them. So just because I'm on my phone doesn't mean I'm not working. Okay. Right, let's have a look at these questions. Minerva asked, how did you end up working as a nanny? Was it your dream job, or you looked for a family who needed a nanny, or did it somehow happen accidentally? It happened accidentally. Honestly, I had no idea. Sorry, I'm just grabbing a pen so I can tick off the ones I've answered. Honestly, I had no idea what I wanted to do when I left school. I don't think many people do really, or if they do, they probably normally change their mind and it isn't something they continue. Not a clue. I ended up working in a nursery, which I loved, but one of the little boys that I looked after in the toddler room, his parents were having another baby and they basically asked me if I wanted to be their nanny and leave the nursery, and I jumped at the chance. I loved the nursery, it was great, it was good fun, it wouldn't have got me to where I am today, but the environment within a nursery when working in it can be, how do I put it nicely on camera? It's just a lot of women, mostly, I mean there are some men in some nurseries, there wasn't in ours, but a lot of women working in one place, different opinions, different views, different ages, different lifestyles, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. People clash and it becomes very tricky to work with certain people, let's just put it like that. So that's how I ended up being a nanny. I went to be their nanny when the little girl was 5 months old. Had to work that out then. She was 5 months old and the little boy had just started school, so he was 4. And yeah, I started in the February. They were my first ever family and I loved it. I loved every second. I was with them for 7 years. And I still see them now. It's crazy to me. The little boy is now way up here and much taller than me. I'm quite short anyway, I'm only 5'2", but yeah, he towers over me and he's your typical kind of teenager. And the baby that I was employed to look after is now 11, which is crazy. Yes, Dan, it's not your turn yet. So that is how I ended up being a nanny, and I have been with my current family 4 years next year, and then I had a short little stint with another family in between, which is what I mentioned previously. Was just not the family for me. What's going on with my... Anyway, sorry, my watch was doing something crazy. So yes, that's how it happened. Bethany asked, did you have any formal training to be considered a nanny? Yes, so I worked within the nursery, did my kind of core training there, and then branched out to do a childcare course to be a nursery nurse. And then, yeah, I left there and I continue my paediatric first aid training every 3 years. I'm Ofsted registered here. And I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else that we have to upkeep. Obviously it's your duty to brush up on, you know, safeguarding policies and things. Well, not necessarily policies, because that's more nursery based, but you know, like guidelines and all of that important stuff. So yes, basically you have to have formal training. I think when I did it, it was a BTEC. Now it is called something entirely different. But I did that while I was there. How many nannies have you familied for? Oh my goodness. How many families have you nannied for? So I'm with my third family. I think I just said that anyway. How long have I been with my current family? Christy asks. Nearly 4 years. 4 years next year. So 3 years currently. Natalie and Sharon ask, how did Dan and I meet? I will leave that one until Dan comes back in. I think that's it, because the rest of them are kind of double questions for Dan and I, so I will go get him. I think he's going to sit on the floor literally. He's like, I don't really want to be in it too much. So I'll be back. Okay, he's here. Say hi.
I'm here.
So I've got a few questions, Dan. Are you ready?
I guess so.
How did we meet? Shall I answer this one?
Yeah, that's all on you.
We met through mutual friends. Dan's best friend and my best friend started dating.
The song was in it. My best friend and your best friend.
Yeah, we weren't sitting by the fire. Anyway, our friends were dating and we were like, they are never going to last. That's not going to happen. And then obviously we just end up spending a lot of time together, and that's how we met and started dating. And our friends are still going strong. We bet, I can't even remember what timeline we bet, do you? And we were both way lost. They have 2 children and they've been together ever since. So we weren't very good at guessing on that one.
It was months, I think.
What we guessed? Probably.
Weeks.
That's a bit mean, isn't it?
No.
Anyway, Sandy asks, what is your profession?
I fit stairlifts for a living.
Your technical profession is an electrical engineer. But yeah, he downplays it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I fit stairlifts.
Do you have a hobby?
Eating.
I knew you were going to say that. Dan loves to eat. Everything and anything, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
He likes,
Give or take.
when we travel, it's all about the eating. It's like, well, where are we going? What do they serve? What's for pudding? Blah, 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 yeah?
Yeah.
It's all about the food. Nina would like to know, how do you feel about me knitting?
It's taken over my life, my lounge, my dining room, my bedroom.
We don't currently have a dining room.
It's taken over everything.
But how do you feel about it?
It's what Lucy wants to do. If Lucy wants to do it, Lucy does it.
Does it bug you in any way? She wants to know.
Yeah.
Why?
It takes over everything.
No, it doesn't.
My sofa has 4
Have you actually counted?
5 seats. Lucy's taken over 4 of them.
No, I don't. Take over 2 of them.
Next.
After Vlogmas, would we consider a day in the life / daily or weekly vlogging together? Does this mean that you guys want to see more of him and not me? Is that basically what you're telling me?
You guys don't want that, really.
Would you consider this, Dan?
I'd consider it, but you guys don't want it.
Because you'll probably just end up seeing him eating.
Yeah.
It's probably something we'd consider. Probably definitely not weekly or daily. But maybe here and there. I mean, it's particularly when we can go out and about and travel again, I guess. Then yeah, maybe that would be okay. They've asked, do I keep a budget for my yarn shopping? If so, am I able to share? No.
Lucy spends whatever she wants.
Lucy does spend whatever she wants. We're very lucky in the fact that we are able to. Why are you laughing? Yes, Lucy sometimes does spend too much money on yarn, and Lucy is aware of that, and Lucy is trying to rectify that. But my problem is people make lovely yarn, so I find it quite difficult. I'm not going to talk anymore about that. So no, I don't have a budget. I probably should. Maybe it was something I will consider.
Maybe.
What's my favourite yarn supplier / brand? That's a good
I don't
question.
really have one.
I'm not asking you. This was my part of the question. My favourite yarn supplier or brand? I don't know. Right now, if you'd asked me, I really like the Filicolana Arvetta yarn. That's a really good one.
That's a mouthful.
But I do love hand-dyed yarn, so that's quite a tricky question for me. Whitney asks, Dan, are you ever jealous of the time I get to spend at home between picking up the girls and such?
Yes.
Would you like to have time at home?
Yes.
What would you do if you were at home?
Nothing.
Really well used. Really well used.
Sleep, eat, repeat.
Okay.
Sleep, eat, repeat.
Lucy, how do you fit so much into your days without getting worn out? I do get worn out. I'm normally on the sofa knitting and falling asleep by like 9 p.m. I do try and get a good balance. Obviously that bit of time I have during the day, I try to get a bit of quieter time, sit down, knit, do things that I need to do to kind of recoup that back, because I do have some long days. Some days I just have time out in between. Dan doesn't think that it's hard work looking after children, and I would love to job swap for the day.
No, you wouldn't.
For him to actually have some time with the girls. I mean, he's met the girls and spent time with them, but I would love to be a fly on the wall and to actually see him have them for the day independently. That would be funny. Okay, Sharon would like to know, if we had to pick one word to describe each other, what would it be? Choose carefully.
You go first.
Funny. That's quite nice. I think that's quite a good one. Funny.
Amazing.
Are you being cheesy?
No.
Amazing, but spends all the money on yarn.
Yeah.
No, Dan makes me laugh a lot, even though half the time he's just messing around and being immature, but it still makes me laugh a lot. How long have we been together, Dan? He's doing the math.
13 or 14 years.
You're not sure?
One of them. Do you know?
13.
There you go.
How many years have we been married? This is why I didn't give him a heads up on the questions.
9 years.
Yeah, 10 years next year we've been married, but we've been together 13 this year. So, yes, that is the answer to that. I'm losing where I am. Hold on, right, tick that off. Has Dan, this is funny, Jan asked, has Dan ever compared dyed yarn colour names with paint names and tried to make the point of, it's just a bloody brownish gold? No. Dan doesn't really pay that much attention to my yarn. If I'm like, oh, what do you think of this colour? He's like, yeah, it's all right.
It's a colour, isn't it?
He mostly firstly asks, well, how much is it? And he'll just choose the cheaper option. Dawn asks, Dan, is there anything you'd like me to knit for you?
I'm not really a knitted person. I
No.
get too hot.
Dan wouldn't wear anything knitted. Well, never say never, right? But right now he wouldn't wear anything knitted. We're always not arguing, disagreeing, let's say, about the temperature. He's always really hot, I'm always really cold, and it's really hard to get in between. Yeah?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't wear a jumper or socks, or...
I try to avoid those things.
You quite like to wear, like, designer things too, right? Like branded t-shirts and things like that. So if I were to knit you something, you'd be like, well, who made this? Like, what designer?
Yeah,
me.
maybe.
Me. So no, I'm not knitting down anything. He's not knit worthy. He doesn't appreciate it.
No, I wasn't. Then it gets dirty and it gets ruined. So there's no
And he'd
point.
just chuck it in the washing machine and be like, oh yeah, it'll be fine. What do you do for work? We've already done that.
Not a damn lot.
Do you like that I knit? We've already done that. Not really. Well, you know, it's not that you don't mind, but it takes over. Yeah. And again, what was your favourite hobby? Just eating. Just like to eat, yeah?
Eat, sleep, repeat.
Yeah, Dan doesn't really have a hobby.
I play PlayStation. every
Yeah,
now and
so
then.
he's just got himself a new PlayStation 5. Is it a 5?
Yeah.
PlayStation 5. So when I'm up here zooming with friends or whatever, he sometimes does that whilst eating Cheetos. Yeah?
No, because you get dirty.
Oh yeah, Cheetos leave your fingers orange, so you can't do that at the same time.
No.
Oh, well, you're going to have to think of a solution for that, aren't you?
Gloves.
Gloves. That's it. That's the end of your questions. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Adios, amigos.
Is that it?
Ciao, bella.
That's it, guys.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci, not Arrivederci.
Same thing.
Say goodbye then.
Ciao.
See you later. Bye.